Welcome back, welcome back.
Stop the cap. Some people wanted my opinion on this whole strike that just ended in Philadelphia with the sanitation workers. I don't know if it was just sanitation workers or all the...
Welcome back, welcome back. A couple months ago.
Give a quick shout out to my sanitation workers. Hey, bro. You have to be one of the strongest men in the fucking world. And I don't mean physically, to work on the back of a garbage truck. When I say our garbage truck just passed me and lit the whole block up with death, could you imagine riding on the back of that? I give them men's salute, and, you know, it's got to be a rough life. They need more money, straight like that, bro. They need to be making like $50, $40 an hour, because that shit is not easy. Over and out.
The government... Stop the cap. Some people... Yes. Yay, yay.
Execute Order 66.
It has begun!
One of my opinion on this whole strike that just ended in Philadelphia with the sanitation workers. Some people wanted my opinion on this whole strike that just ended in Philadelphia with the...
It has begun!
The sanitation workers. I don't know if it was just sanitation workers or all the government officials. I think it was just sanitation. I haven't really been paying attention, to it too much because I already know that they don't want to pay people. I have already, talked about ad nauseum how much in this society nobody wants to pay. I was pretty much, I was done with that argument back with John Prater, when with that PBS special video talking about the regional airlines, and he was the president of the the union for the pilots or the airline or whatever, and as I like to quote all the time, they don't want to pay anybody. They don't want to pay the pilots. They don't want to pay the flight attendants. They don't want to pay the mechanics. They don't want to pay the ground crew. That's the whole airport. They don't want to pay anybody. That's the whole airport. And mind you, it used to kill me with like the concept of you don't want to pay the pilot, and the pilot's up in the air and got 300 people on board. He is responsible, or she is responsible for 300 people.
The workers' strike ongoing, garbage piling up as huge crowds pack Philadelphia now, where with the workers' strike ongoing, garbage piling up as huge crowds pack the city for Independence Day, and headliners, including LL Cool J, pulling out of big performances in South.
So genius, they did it on Independence Day when everybody would, make the most trash or want to go out, but there's too much trash. So it's gonna be a noticeable problem now for everyone. And once the people get angry...
Solidarity. ABC's Olivia Rubin joins us now with more. Good morning, Olivia. Janae, good morning. This is day 5 of this strike that you're talking about, and this is the largest blue-collar workers union in the city, and the effects there are intensifying. Over 9,000 of Philadelphia's critical workers, think sanitation workers, 911. With more. Good morning, Olivia. Janae, good morning. This is day 5 of this strike that you're talking about, and this is the largest blue-collar workers union in the city, and the effects there are intensifying. Over 9,000 of
does the scouter say about his power level?
It's over 9,000!
What 9?
It's over 9,000!
What 9,000? There's no way that can be right.
Day 5 of this strike that you're talking about, and this is the largest blue-collar workers union in the city, and the effects there are intensifying. Over 9,000 of Philadelphia's critical workers, think sanitation workers, 911 dispatchers, and members of the water department, walked off the job Tuesday at 12:01, demanding better pay and working conditions. 4th of July celebrations did move forward there, but the largest Independence Day parade in the nation, losing some of its headlining performers. LL Cool J, as you said, standing with those workers, backing out of his performance. He said on social media, quote, "There's absolutely no way that I could perform across a picket line and pick up money when I know that people out there are fighting for a living wage." R&B singer and Philly native Jasmine Sullivan soon following suit there. The union, known as DC 33, praising those cancellations as, quote, "amazing news" as they try to force this deal here. Another big problem, though, is the trash. Garbage is piling up on the streets as negotiations hit a standstill. There's been no word on when those negotiations might resume since they ended on Wednesday without a deal. The union most recently proposing a 5% wage increase per year for the next 3 years, according to our Philadelphia station WPVI. The city countering, proposing essentially 2% per year. The city's mayor, Sherelle Parker, previously said she, quote, "did right by the blue-collar men and women of the District Council 33 with her offer." Speaking on the 4th of July, she said while the strike is, quote, "not preferred, it is a right." Gio.
Hopefully.
Valor and victory. We are men of the sharpened bronze. Impassable. Invincible. We are a tribe of demigods. Sons of the bright sky. Supreme warriors and glorious saviors of the world. We are champions of the golden palaces of heaven. In the warrior initiation of heroic combat that can only be won here on Earth.
50,000 feet in the fucking air. I want you focused on flying the plane. I don't want you focused on whether you can pay your mortgage or not, or whether you can help pay for your kids' college tuition or some shit like that. I want you focused on flying the plane. You know, like Captain Sully should not have to sit before Congress and talk about pilots' pay. Like, it's just, and again, these are highly skilled individuals. Because people try to make it like, oh, you know, you got to be highly skilled in whatever it is that you do in order to justify, you know, that type of pay, right? You know, talking about capitalism.
We descend from the region of thunderbolts, beyond the door of the sun. We are today the advance guard, brothers of blood and war, armed with glories and the shining bronze.
Right? But then they want to run it to the extreme, and then all you see is examples of even the highly skilled people, they don't want to pay them. And at that point, and this is where I get on the ass, I get on the bumper of these typically white Christian conservatives. I'm like, it's not about Jesus. It's not about the Bible. If at the end of the day,
born of lightning and forged by fire. 1,000 tribes before us and 1,000 tribes more. We will fight for right and honor. Men of victory. Men of war.
You don't have gainfully employed men in your society. All of the principles and ideas and concepts that you have about heteronormative, cisgendered, nuclear families will fall the fuck apart. They'll fall apart. You know, and they just want to ignore that. They're like, no. Like, so what? So what, you think you're just going to have air and the Bible, and yet somehow you're going to be able to maintain and preserve nuclear family? You can bitch and talk about how white women ain't falling in line, all you fucking want. I'm like, they've already made it abundantly clear, that just like black women, that they're not going to submit to dust. Point blank, period. They're not going to submit to men that don't have even the slightest ability to fucking sustain and provide for a family.
Under the light of the morning star, star of warrior initiation, the drum sounds off from high battlements, echoing in the valley of the deep-chested bear. Total victory is our birthright. We claim what is ours. We take what is ours. Everything.
This goes back to Divine Brown when she made the statement that other races of men, talking about the black community, other races of men are smart enough to know that women have to be controlled. And this is a woman that particularly didn't care for being controlled by black men. And this is like the fucking conundrum, of the whole situation, where it's like when everything falls apart, the women will be like, you should have known that you should have controlled us because
the fire of combat is awake in our hearts. We fight for high ideals and heroic principles. We fight for a regal and solar reality. A life of light, freedom, and power.
Because, we don't know how to act. It's like Peppermint Patty in that fucking, what was that, that Charlie Brown, the something race, the Incredible Race or some shit. What was that Charlie Brown back in the 70s? It was a cartoon, Charlie Brown. And there's a part in there where they go, to the log cabin. The boys find a log cabin and they're in there, they're cooking and shit. And Peppermint Patty and the girls show up. And somewhere around that scene, Peppermint Patty goes, this is just the natural reaction to the women's natural reaction to deplorable conditions. You know what I mean? And I mean, the whole thing was just loaded with just patriarchal aspects and just how women's behavior, where like there's a part where Peppermint Patty is she's on the boat and Charlie Brown's like at the front of the boat and she's like, lead us, Charlie Brown, lead us. Like,
we are defenders of the gates of the sun, the restoration of the original light. Glories and fire as we dominate the offensive end of the field. Deep thundering and glorious is our spirit. Unyielding and surrounded in light, we go forth from the citadel. We choose to fight.
The shit is just hilarious. Captain Solo and I, we got the most ridiculous laugh out of the shit, just, reflecting on all this patriarchal gender dynamic bullshit. She's like, lead us, and then Charlie, he just like points to the air. The shit is just hilarious. But I'm saying, at the end of the day, women are screwy, and the reality is they're not going to take accountability. When things fail because men are unable or incapable, of basically, forcing them into a box and forcing them into a lane.
Citadel, we choose to fight. The Valkyrie song rises as the wind hums over the spears. Echoing among the golden oaks, a whisper like the call of a far distant horn. We repeat what has happened above, thereby filling our actions with sacredness.
And what I see, from the people on the right, these Christians and everything, they're trying to use religion to force women into the box as opposed to using resources. You can do it with resources. You can't do it with spirituality. You can't do it with nothing. That doesn't work. And so, why do I bring all that up? Because just like with with this mayor, personally, I don't care for her. She came in there with some, I'm from the block. I'm Jenny from the block. I'm.
Our fight is the epic eternal fight, and Every triumph on every battlefield, within and without, is another victory to reclaim this world in the march of eternal pure light.
From the community, all this stuff, right? And then, you know, with this whole strike thing, you see how much, you know, I don't know, the office of mayor corrupts, right? Because if you're a black woman and you're really from the community and you already know, right, that what is the biggest problem in the black community? What is the number one thing black women complain about? Previously was black men not having money. You know, now it's the patriarchy and whatnot, because, you know, you still have women who, you know, they got a taste of freedom, and they don't want to have men run shit and everything. They just want, like, men to operate in service to women, right? That's a whole, that's like the second layer of it. But let's just focus on the first layer. The first layer is men don't have money, right? You don't have a starting point if men don't have fucking money.
My whole life has been turned around. I lost every job. I lost everything, every opportunity. I can't get buy cars, can't get rent, can't get none of that. But I'm still a survivor. You know, I'm still coming to court, still smiling, still signing autographs.
And like recently, there was the shooting in Philadelphia where the guy, he had the switch on the porch and everybody's ducking and everything. I'm sure everybody's seen the fucking video. White guys are going off, hee and ha-ha about it, right? But I'm saying, you're in a community full of row homes, right? How many of those people work for the city? How many of those people work for SEPTA and fucking work for sanitation and have, you know, those type of city and state jobs? Quite a few black men have those type of jobs. And here you have a black woman up there crying and shit. I saw the little clip of Diaspora News. You know what I mean? And she up there crying and, oh, you know, oh, we tried so hard. What, tried so hard to not pay people? You know what I mean? And then this will be the same mayor that'll be up there talking about, oh, what a problem, and we got too many guns in the community, and we got to do something about these young black men, and that's why we need fathers in the home, right? And it's always going to go, we need these black fathers in the home. What the fuck is a black father in the home going to do if he is not gainfully employed?
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name. I'll drill y'all. Stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.
African Americans built this nation. We built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that.
How effective is his fatherhood going to be if he's not gainfully employed?
The only thing in our society that bothers me the most is where that men and women don't get along no more. That's really what's bugging me about it. Men and women just don't get along. Like, I hear women say this all the time. I know a lot of you sisters be like, chivalry is dead. Don't you? Don't y'all feel that way? Like men aren't gentlemen anymore? That's right. Chivalry is dead, and women killed it. There's a fundamental difference in the way we're going to see things. We're not going to see eye to eye on this issue. We're just not. Our tests in life are different. A woman's test in life is material. A man's test in life is a woman. Now, by test, I mean that those are the things that we desire. Men have nice cars. Not because they like nice cars, because they know women like nice cars. That's how it goes. Because men are hunters, and the car is the bait. And a woman comes and says, ooh, nice Porsche. Gotcha, bitch. That's how it is.
African Americans built this nation.
Women have made it abundantly known across the board that they ain't listening to no nigga if he ain't got substantial money, if he ain't got substantial funds to justify his leadership.
All been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars. All been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars. rock stars, but we won't. We're slowly learning that fact. And we're very, very pissed off.
But yeah, here you got a black female mayor sitting up there crying, getting hugs and shit, based off of she don't want to pay nobody, right? And then this shit about she getting the staff is getting her staff is anywhere from 16 to 32% raise, and only gave the sanitation workers like a 3% raise, which ain't shit. Mind you, she's making almost $300,000 a year as mayor of Philadelphia.
God damn.
Right? Let's see.
See my fit, it's a fit, yeah, I'm fit to
Here we go.
He survived off of what the sanitation workers are making. I mean, it's like, and this is why I swear I hate this society. I hate this society, and I guess things are changing because people are getting it, but the powers that be have distracted the people so much, in particularly white people.
Bob. Yeah, those balls are ice cold. Hi. You're going to call off your rigorous investigation. You're going to publicly state that there is no underground group. Or these guys are going to take your balls. They're going to send one to the New York Times, one to the LA Times press release style. Look, the people you are after are the people you depend on. We cook your meals. We haul your trash. We connect your calls. We drive your ambulance. One to the LA Times press release style. Look, the people you are after are the people you depend on. We cook your meals. We haul your trash. We connect your calls. We drive your ambulances. Look, the people you are after are the people you depend on. We cook your meals. We haul your trash. We connect your calls. We drive your ambulances. We guard you while you sleep. Do not fault us.
Because, they go up there and they tell, oh, it's about behavior. Oh, it's meritocracy. Oh, it's about morals. Oh, it's about culture. Oh, it's about, all this bullshit. It's about spirituality. If you take the money out of men's hands to provide for a family in the traditional sense, where I don't care about what women got to say about feminism and all that other shit, right? Because it's either you get a fucked up community with a bunch of I'm a strong independent woman and the community looks fucked up, or you get a bunch of women being happy miserable at the same time while the man's fucking providing and shit. They may not like all the aspects of patriarchy, but they'll be sitting there, ooh, I'm taken care of, ooh, I'm provided for, ooh, I got leisure time and shit like that. Like, it's just weird. Like, they're going to complain either way. They're going to complain that they're being oppressed at the same time that they're on a fucking pedestal. Let them fucking complain. Because we can see that when men are unable to do their job, every fucking thing collapses. Every fucking thing collapses. I don't care about...
It's fun! Is that shit gay? It's fun! Is that shit gay? It's fun! Is that shit gay? Is that shit gay? It's fun! Is that shit gay? The Black Panther, who's supposed to lead you into the future. He's supposed to protect you. Nah, I'm your kid.
About a bitch complaining about, oh, I don't like this aspect of it. So the fuck what, bitch? Shit is intact. The fucking streets are clean. The fucking kids are safe. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's eating. Shut the fuck up. You know, but no. Women got to get everything that they fucking want, and to the detriment of fucking society. It's just stupid, right? But by the same token, right, women aren't the ones that are deciding to be so goddamn greedy that fucking even other men can't make fucking money. It reminds me of like Captain Solo, and I believe it was his uncle.
Nobody's bigger than the group. Nobody's bigger than the group. Your legs bigger than the group. Nobody's bigger than the group. Your legs. Nobody's bigger than the group. Your legs stupid. Nobody's bigger than the group. Your legs stupid.
I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me.
They coming to see the Temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You wish you could work it the way I do.
His uncle worked at a car dealership. He was detailing the cars. And there was a white man who came in there. This is back in the 50s, right? And the white man, he liked the way that Captain Solo's uncle detailed the cars. And, you know, they got to talk and got to know each other because he kept detailing the guy's car. And then one day his uncle was like, you know, I got a kid on the way, you know, because the guy was asking him about his life and everything. You know, what's going on with you? You know, He's like, I got married, I got a kid on the way, And the white guy, he scoffed. He was like, wait a minute, you got a child? You can't raise a family on these type of wages. You know, what he was making detailing cars.
Hatred that kept him going.
Who in the hell parked in my space? That's like calling
Hatred that kept him going.
who in the hell parked?
Hatred that kept him going. Hatred that kept him going. Hatred that kept him going.
Who in the hell parked in my space? That's like calling 1-800 collect an ass whooping. And no, that ain't no toll-free call, partner. You hit my car. Are you blind? Yes, I am.
So then the white guy was like, you know, come down to General Motors on Monday and ask for John or whatever, right? So his uncle went and went to General Motors, and the motherfucker ended up working there for the rest of his life. You know, supporting the family on the type of wages that General Motors was putting out at the time when it was the automotive manufacturing capital of the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? And see, like, you know, I see white women, they're online and complaining about the fact, black men got the right to vote, you know, more before white women, you know, and I'm like, okay, how much were white men trying to maintain patriarchy, right? Even though you had, you know, the fucking Jim Crow and the end of Reconstruction, and they didn't want black men to vote, but they did give black men the right to vote before they gave it to white women. And I noticed there's a lot of white women that see
African Americans built this nation. You built it. African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. Built this nation. African Americans built this nation.
to be butthurt about that. But at the same time, I'm like, but it doesn't make sense to have nuclear families, and then your husband is the one that's earning the money, and then you're going to go and vote against his interest, you know, on some other bullshit. Right? So like the men in the community are trying to get, they have a capitalist battle with the white elites that control the land and control the corporations and the businesses.
It has begun. It has begun. Has begun.
Right? And the politics is supposed to serve, right, the people, right? And the men are supporting their families. It doesn't make sense to allow women to vote, to go in there and then undermine their man's vote when their man's vote is usually going to be directly tied to them making more money.
Its power level. It's over 9,000!
So that they can further support their wives and their children. Right? It doesn't make any
9,000? There's no way that can be right.
sense. But like the women, they gonna go off on, you know, oh, the women's vote. And so now the politics has divided the genders up, and then you wonder why, like the marriage rates are down, right? You know, the unions are down.
Welcome back. New shit. It only take me a certain amount of time, baby. Master wind through from the dark and the light. The Sif's only mad cause I mastered my life. They gotta cross you up when your passion is right. Yeah. Cause Merlin on the beat and I master the mic. She won everything, gold King Midas. He too of everything, so know where your king the nicest. Priceless, marble the floor with niceness. My righteous, marvelous flaws, I'm like this. My likeness is something you can't bite, bitch. I write this from the depths of the soul, so fight this. Mic switch, absorbing your light hits. The right hits, decapitating your hype tricks. Spike pits, venomous stakes, don't like this. The right picks, wolves venom in like tricks. Moon send them the right picks. Wolves give him the ice pick.
Right, so now you get the Charlie Kirks. They want to come through. What we need to do is take women's right to vote away. I'm like, well, the cat's out the bag on that shit. I don't know how the hell you would correct that. I think the main thing that needs to be focused on first and primarily are men being gainfully employed. Because truth be told, a lot of these women that are running around, feminists, everything, they talk big shit. Oh yeah, it sounds great when you're in your 20s. By the time these women hit 35, all they want to do is fucking, they're like, I don't want to work anymore. I don't want to do corporate America anymore. It sounds great when you're in your 20s. By the time these women hit 35, all they want to do is...
No, nigga. No. No. No.
That's what you asked for.
They're running around, feminists, everything. They talk big shit. Oh yeah, it sounds great when you're in your 20s. By the time these women hit 35, all they want to do is fucking... They're like, I don't want to work anymore. I don't want to do corporate America anymore.
No. Nigga.
I want to fucking raise children and breastfeed and shit like that. You see women saying this shit. They're like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. It's exhausting. And it is exhausting. You know what I mean? I don't know how much men were more built for that shit, but it is exhausting. Because the freaking work environment is a hostile environment because you have a two-tier class-based system in capitalism of the owner class and the worker class. And there's always been a conflict between the owner class and the worker class. And now we live in a plutocracy where the fucking the politicians that are supposed to service or work to the benefit of the people work to the benefit primarily of the owning class.
Somebody said push down. What started out as a joke has turned out to be a confession.
So basically you got a Hunger Games situation. And instead of everybody fucking realizing that, everybody's sitting around either infighting over race, over fucking gender, over some other small tribal bullshit.
Appears to be a very serious condition. The man
LGBTQ, all this other shit, and the fucking millionaires and billionaires are fucking laughing their way to the fucking bank. Laughing their way to the bank. Because that same money that's going to the sanitation workers, if those sanitation workers didn't get that money, that taxpayer money that's coming from regular people, regular taxpayers, guaranteed that money would have been funneled to some inside trading, dealing, freaking contract to somebody who's rubbing shoulders with the mayor or rubbing shoulders with the inner circle type of shit. Just like you see with Elon Musk. Oh, we got to make cuts to Doge. We got to make cuts to Doge, right? And where did he want all that Doge money to go? Wanted all that money to go into fucking his projects, right?
His old Ben.
Hey! Lay your palms flat on that tabletop!
If you lift those palms off that turtle shell tabletop, Mr. Pooch is gonna let loose with both barrels that sawed off. There have been a lot of lies set around this dinner table here tonight, but that you can't believe.
Into Tesla, into SpaceX, into all this bullshit, right? Right, into his telecommunications with the satellite, with the Starlink and all that. Right? That's where he wanted the money to go. So who's really dependent on fucking welfare? Who's really dependent on welfare when let the tax dollars go to a community to fix something in the community that the community needs? Oh, that's welfare. But then when it comes to Elon Musk, or when it comes to any of these billionaires that are getting government contracts like Google and fucking all this AI shit and everything else, they can take the tax dollars, bundle it up like the military-industrial complex and then do whatever the fuck they want to do with it. But then when you say, hey, we need tax dollars, to keep these rural hospitals open, oh man, fuck that shit, that's a handout. Oh, hey, we need these tax dollars to better fund inner city schools. Oh, that's a handout. But then when it comes to the tax dollars to Elon Musk,
Redeem Google Play. Here we go. And here we go. Funds for schooling, gone.
To Google or to OpenAI or some shit like that. Well, that's the priority of national security. You see how that shit works? And all y'all do is sit around and fall for the motherfucking okie doke. People need to start getting some class consciousness about themselves. Whether you're religious or not religious, you are not going to be able to maintain a family, maintain your culture, maintain, any sort of community dynamic. Because again, the family unit is the fundamental unit of any community. Once you fuck up the family unit, the community will follow. For further evidence, I direct you to the conditions of a black community near you. The white community, y'all don't get it. Y'all be running around, the black community is pathological. The black community is this, that, and third. The black community has constantly been under attack since we came on these fucking shores. And then when we had a little tiny sliver of something because America won World War II, and you had a rise of a black middle class because there was enough gainful employment to go around, with the automotive industry and steel manufacturing and rubber manufacturing and tires and shit like that, all that was wiped out. The white community just slowly chipped away at that. Right? Whether it was everything from burning down black communities to redlining, blockbusting, Jim Crow, eminent domain, urban renewal, comic leasing, deputy, COINTELPRO, CIA, Iran, Contras, freaking 1994 crime bill, denial of FHA loans, denial of the GI Bill, denial of Social Security for the first 20 years. Y'all did all that. That's why, when y'all bitch and complain about niggas and YNs,
Tyler Perry's. We'll wait for what? He needs a sensu bean.
Quiet, boy. Where is your honor? Like all pure-blooded Saiyans, Kakarot would rather die fighting than win with one of those disgraceful sensu beans as his crutch. Kakarot trained in the hyperbolic time chamber just as we did. Now let's see what he can do. No, we can't. Goku doesn't have the strength. Don't you see what will happen if he keeps going like this? If this goes on, then he will die. But that will be his decision. It is painfully clear at this point that no one among this group is stronger than Kakarot is. Not even myself. So he deserves to have the fight of a true warrior. And that means to the death. While we all just stand here and watch, I won't be part of it.
You know, I'm like, no, that's you have the black people that America deserves. America has the black people it deserves. Point blank, period. Y'all did all that. And you complain about it. You effectively have the model, the example of what happens to a community, which is the black community, when you fuck with the dials. And right now, the dials are getting fucked with on the white community, and y'all don't see it.
Aren't you the one who has never stopped talking about how great a hero Kakarot is? If you have so much faith in him, then wait and see what he will do.
Y'all somehow think like, oh, if we just put the Holy Spirit back in the White House, then all of a sudden white bitches are going to fall in line, and suddenly what? These companies are going to want to pay you? These companies are going to want to pay you $45 an hour? No, the fuck they're not. White middle class lifestyles are expensive. And then you go into, all the shit that's been transpiring over the last couple years with this infinite growth model and the way that capital has moved and all the speculations in the markets and even when it comes to the seniors, the boomers, they're retiring, they're taking money out of the market, right? Because they're not investing their money anymore, right? So that means that the interest on borrowing capital has gone up, right? So all that cheap capital that people were using to facilitate businesses and do whatever it is that they wanted to do, renovate whatever, that's no longer there, right? Fund education, all that shit. America is going to fucking implode if something doesn't change. But unfortunately, y'all are focused on the wrong shit. Y'all are focused on the wrong shit.
There is no dark side, nor a light side. There is only the Force. I will do what I must to keep the balance. The balance is what keeps me together. There is no good without evil, but evil must not be allowed to flourish. There is passion, yet emotion. Serenity, yet peace. Chaos, yet order. I am the wielder of the flame, the protector of balance. I am the holder of the torch, lighting the way. I am the keeper of the flame, soldier of balance. I am the guardian of balance. I am a gray Jedi.
I don't choose a path. I make one. I make my own way. I charge ahead. I bulldoze through. I aggress forward like a radiant champion. Born to win and literally the best at everything I do. I'm an epic champion. I'm a legendary, all-out, and absolute magnificent champion. Put me up against anyone, anytime, any place, and I will win. No matter what the circumstances, I win. In any conditions, I win. matter what, no matter where, no matter when, I win. Any person, any comer, anyone can challenge me and I will defeat them. I will win. They're not on my level. I welcome the challenge. I welcome any comers. I will rip their whole heads off. I always win. I have a love of combat. I love putting a beating on competitors. I love exercising my dominance. I love winning.